Yes, folks, hello. Welcome once again to MoDXtra Games and Collectibles. I'm Chris, this is my channel. Absolute pleasure to have you with me here today. And it's time, folks, for a little bit of G.I. Joe Classified Series news. That's right, folks, MoDXtra Games and Collectibles, where you get some of the G.I. Joe Classified news some of the time when I get around to it. And to be fair, I am running a wee bit late this time around. Naturally, there was a bit of G.I. Joe Classified stuff happen while I was away visiting some family over the weekend. That's the way that goes. But in any case, we had a new pre-order drop that I wanted to talk about, and we had a leaked image of an upcoming release. So those are the two news items to talk about today, and I think I'll start with the leaked item. So let's get into it. And here it is, folks. Here is the leak. This was dropped by Sharp's Sneaky Links a couple of days ago, and then there were some better pictures that followed up on Reddit that we'll have a look at in a second. But here's the Ninja Force Snake Eyes and Ninja Force Jinx that was on the name-only list, and we knew was coming down the pipeline soon, which I think, if I've been following along correctly, means there's just one set that's on the retail code listings for this year that we've not heard anything about, or another Walmart one, I think. But I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, here they are, Ninja Force and Jinx. Here's the better picture that subsequently snuck its way out over on Reddit. Sincere apologies to the individual who originally posted this. I picked this up on, I think it was Toy News International, so that was my source, but I know they sourced it from a Reddit poster somewhere. But you can get a bit of a better grasp from this picture as to what's going on in the set. A few things stand out to me. If I zoom in here, we can see that kind of carrying on the trend that they've done with some of the other Ninja Force sets, Snake Eyes has got this kind of leopardy thing with big silver teeth as a head swap, which I think is quite interesting. They've done it with Slice and Dice. They've done it with Scarlet and Shebang. You know, this whole kind of idea of these kind of folkloric Japanese or East Asian kind of creature head masks. And they've done one for Snake Eyes, which, to my recollection, never happened in the comic books during that kind of Ninja Force era. He was always in that kind of black mask with the white eyes. Speaking of comic book accuracy, I think he looks pretty good. We'll have a look at the back of the box picture in a moment, which helps us get a grip of it better. But it does seem pretty accurate to my mind's eye to the comic book uniform or the vintage figure, you know, with the blacks and the blues, or you know, all the blue gear and the grenades and everything. So that's pretty cool. And then Jinx here, the Jinx design. So they told us that it was a fresh new design. She didn't have an original Ninja Force deco, you know, to draw inspiration from. So they've done this themselves. It's definitely interesting. I'm up and down on it, to be honest. I think I like it. I think I like it. Got this kind of red, black, and purple kind of combo color scheme going on. Sort of big old kind of puffy outy traditional East Asian pants there, and then some kind of body armor across the middle of a torso, and some padding across the boobs, and then the kind of bamboo shoulder covers. Similar to that which we saw with Budo. In fact, that was the thing that stood out with me for the Ninja Force Jinx here, because she's got a distinctly more kind of samurai kind of vibe that she would possibly pair up quite well with Budo there. She kind of feels a little bit more samurai than ninja overall. However, as you can see, just to the right of her head, as you're looking at the screen there is a fully masked ninja face. At least I think that's hers. I don't think that's Snake Eyes. I doubt it's Snake Eyes'. But she does also have this little kind of bird mask thing that, rather than a full head swap, this kind of little bird mask design with a pointy kind of beak nose sort of thing. So they've not gone full head swap for her, because they've obviously thrown the ninja style head swap in instead, and gone for this sort of little miniature bird mask thing, which I think is curious. So yeah, Jinx, I think it's the colours. I'm not so sure about the red and the purple combo with the black trimmings. I think it's the colours that are putting me off. But I do like sort of aesthetically that she's got a kind of a bit more of a samurai vibe, which I'm kind of into at the minute. Budo's been back out the box in a desk figure because my 13 Ghosts Red Demon from Fresh Monkey Fiction arrived. So I've been doing a bit of samurai stuff recently, which might be why I'm thinking that too. I've got it on the brain. Other than that, obviously very well kitted out. We've got the kind of standard Snake Eyes weapon selection in there, the Uzi, the pistol, got his classic look sword, but then additional ninja weaponry like an extra That looks like one of those tiger claw kind of swords, some nunchucks, which I think are probably reuse of the quick kick ones, the hand claws that we've seen several times now, his little dagger and stuff. So it seems pretty standard. Although it does look like it's painted blades. It's not the plasticky blades, which I'm very, very pleased about. And you can see it on these two blades that they've given to Jinx over here, painted blades as well, by the looks of it. I'm not saying it is, by the looks of it. And I think those are storm shadows, aren't they? With the well, it looks like they've got some sort of sculpted creature at the end, which is reminiscent of the snakes on Snake Eyes. So that'll be an odd choice. But it looks like there's a bow and arrow in there. Hopefully, it's the design that was used for Ninja Force Zartan, so you can have the drawback version. So yeah, lots to stand out, lots to like in there. Really, really interesting for sure. Snake Eyes' legs do seem a little bit shiny compared to the rest of the body, but I'm just wondering if that's because of the way the light's catching it on the reflection of. You can kind of see the person who's taken the photographs. I don't know, is that their head or something, just casting a bit of a shadow over the bottom section? So I don't think they are. I think that's just the way the light's catching it. And here's the back of the box image, just to bring it to life even more, and just so that you can get a better sense of them. These are obviously digital rendered. They're not often actually photographs taken with the figures, are they? I don't think these images on the back of the boxes. Oh wait, in fact, we can see the bow better there now. Yeah, that's not the Ninja Force Zartan one with the the string drawback, and you can see the backpack better actually there, which does pretty much confirm that it's the reuse of the Storm Shadow stuff. So yeah, that will be unusual. That will be unusual to have like little snakes on the ends of her swords. But you can see in that picture how she looks with that kind of little sort of bird mask, kind of superhero disguise type thing that she's wearing there. And as always, the bloody promo image, even though I'm a bit skeptical about the colour scheme on Jinx, the promo image is sort of helping sell it to me. So there we go. I mean, when this is going to be formally announced, no word on that yet. But I mean, there's still loads of stuff to go on in the upcoming convention season. Got all the autumn stuff coming down the pipeline, like New York Comic Con, MCN London Comic Con, the Luca over in Italy, etc., that they have a habit of turning up at and releasing things at. So, yeah, let's see what comes down the pipeline. But obviously, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Is this a pickup for you? Is it a pass? What are you thinking? You're a Ninja Force fan. Is it going to be a good addition? What do you think of the unique Jinx design they've chosen to go for? All that good stuff. Always interested to hear what you got to say about it. And then just, pre-orders opening up. The Triple T opened up last week, and we finally got to see the price tag. And as is frequently seems to be the case at this moment in time, G.I. Joe Classified have been giving folks heart attacks over the price. Now, the $115... I mean, it's not okay, but it is okay in the sense of like relative to the price of other products that they've been producing at this line. I mean, I don't know if the size of that compares to the Spoiler, for example, but it's in the same sort of ballpark, or the Ore Striker, or the Vamp, etc., that I think were released at similar kind of prices. But once again, my gripe is about the inflation that we are experiencing in the international market, even above and beyond what the situation is there. So with your sales tax, $115, if you're in a 10% state, you're going to be whatever that is, $125. But just to put that in perspective, that price, which is including the tax, at the current conversion rate, is the equivalent of, checks my little notes, $156. $156. So the price we're paying over here is hugely inflated, and I know this is going on the European continent as well, because my good friend Fuller's Figures, Connor over at Fuller's Figures, has, we've been in discussion over on X around the price in the euro as well. And I suspect, based on comments from some other friends from around the world, that the Canadian price is going to have this like crazy inflated price on it. So yeah, it's an expensive piece of kit, but if you want it, you want it. Spend your money how you want to spend your money. That's all fine. That's not the bit I'm throwing shade at. The kind of campaign I'm constantly on to make sure I'm highlighting and putting out there into the kind of public domain is that there's high prices and they're pricing people out, and there's a lot of talk about price sensitivity in the action figure collecting space. I mean, Jesus, if you think I'm griping, go check out some some Star Wars channels, some Star Wars collector channels. They're having a right old merry time of it right now. But I did also just kind of want to highlight and just keep this message, keep this campaign alive around the fact that, there is hugely inflated prices, even more so going on internationally right now around this, that really is like firmly pricing people out of the market. I haven't picked up a Shipwreck and Cadet Deming 2-pack. I only really wanted the Cadet Deming. I might have gone in on a 2-pack in the past just for one figure. I have done that before, but at the price point that it rolled in at, I was like, no, I just can't justify it. And it'd be the same with the Triple T. Not that I would have probably gone with the Triple T, but you get what I'm saying. Also, just a little random side note, because one of my other regular gripes right now is about the glasses on G.I. Joe. And even in the bloody Shooting the Galaxy promotional photos, Sergeant Slaughter's glasses, go and have a look at the pictures on Hasbro Pulse. They're all wonky, all of them, even on the promo photos. I mean, I suppose they're managing expectations, but I did clock that and go, oh my days, even on the promotional pictures, the sunglasses, the shades seem completely squiffy, which gave me a wee little chuckle. So there you go, folks. That's everything that has taken place over the last week and a bit or so. There's G.I. Joe Classified series related. So again, I'll invite you to head down to the comments down below, all the stuff I was asking about before with the Ninja Force 2-pack, Snake Eyes and Jinx, but also to, go and offer some empathy and some compassion and some commiserations for your international collector friends, for not just the high prices, but even more inflated and high prices that we're experiencing over here in the UK, over on the mainland in Europe, in Canada, etc., because it's shocking. It's really, really shocking. And any other thoughts you've got in between, I'm always good to read what you've got to say. Although, please do bear in mind, folks, since I took a bit of time away back in sort of June, I've been really struggling to keep up on comments. So please be assured, I do read them. I do try and get around to replying as often as possible, but please be patient. And if I haven't replied to your comment, please don't take offense. Just throw a comment on the latest vid. I'm trying to sort of stay at least up to date on the more contemporary stuff. So there we go. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that informative, entertaining, and useful. If you did, hit all the buttons, that us YouTubers like to ask you to hit to help your YouTube friends out. Otherwise, take it easy. Have yourselves a great day, and swing back around again for another video sometime soon. It'd be my pleasure to have you. All right, take it easy now.